I honestly can't believe this movie came out of Indian cinema. Stop whatever you're doing and go watch this Malayalam masterpiece called Sambhavam Adhyayam Onnu. We're only 5 months into 2026, but I think we've already got one of the year's best mystery thrillers. And trust me, you'll probably say the same thing after watching it. But here's the thing, this isn't just a mystery thriller, it's a forest thriller. Almost the entire movie takes place inside a massive, mysterious forest that seems to invite people in, but never lets them leave. Sambhavam Adhyayam Onnu, which translates to The Incident, Chapter 1. Just dropped on Disney Plus Hotstar, and it absolutely blew my mind. And yes, Chapter 1 means exactly what you think it means. The movie ends with a huge open ending, setting up a part 2 and maybe even a part 3. My advice, keep a notebook nearby, because this movie will have your brain working overtime. The story revolves around time loops and the idea of changing the past. People always say time can't be stopped, but what if you could go back and alter it? That's the central mystery. Now here's where things get even crazier. The movie explores a bizarre concept that 7 identical versions of the same person can exist in the world. What would happen if all 7 cross paths? Who's real? Who's the original? And how would anyone know the difference? It's one of the most unique supernatural concepts I've seen in years. Even the animals play a major role in the story, from snails and snakes to deer and crows. And somehow, a strange statue with a crow's head becomes the center of a massive mystery that unfolds over 2 hours. Nobody does out-of-the-box storytelling quite like the Malayalam film industry. The story begins with a police officer who arrives in a new town after a transfer. On his very first day, he gets pulled into a bizarre case. Through his radio, he hears another officer desperately calling for help after getting trapped inside a giant forest while chasing criminals. The officer claims he can't find a way out. Naturally, our protagonist heads into the forest to investigate, but the villagers warn him, this place is cursed. Anyone who enters never returns. Even the animals that live inside the forest never leave it. It's almost like the forest exists in its own dimension with its own rules. One way in, no way out. For over 60 years, people have vanished there, and not a single case has ever been solved. At the center of the mystery stands an ancient temple protected by a mysterious force that despises humans. And right in the middle of that temple is a giant crow statue. The weird part? There isn't a single crow anywhere in the forest. It's as if the entire place is under some kind of curse. And before you realize it, the movie transforms from a mystery thriller into something much bigger involving time, fate, and decades of disappearances. The story slowly connects people who vanished over the last 60 years. One by one, the twists just keep coming. Every few scenes, the movie introduces another revelation that completely changes what you thought was happening. Honestly, it's hard to believe someone came up with a story this complex. The movie's biggest strength is how every character is connected. You'll spend most of the runtime trying to figure out who's related to whom and how everything fits together. It's incredibly unpredictable. And everything I've told you so far is maybe 10% of the actual experience. The other 90% needs to be experienced firsthand. The atmosphere is phenomenal. The dark soundtrack constantly keeps you on edge. The real forest locations feel creepy and unsettling. And the way that crow statue is used throughout the movie will have you wondering whether you're watching a thriller or a horror film. This is the kind of movie that's even better when watched with friends. Everyone will have a completely different theory, and watching their reactions might be just as entertaining as watching the movie itself. For me, this is a solid 4 out of 5 stars. The mystery, storytelling, performances, and concepts are all fantastic. The only reason it doesn't get a perfect score is because a few questions remain unanswered. But those missing pieces will probably be explored in the sequel. If you're looking for smart cinema, if you're looking for something different, if you're looking for a movie that constantly stays one step ahead of you, don't miss this one. Seriously, skipping this movie would be a crime.